Go ahead and pause. Okay, welcome to part 2 of the Uncommon Sense Show. We're back again with part 2 of mental health in the Black community. Brother Johnny, I want you to go ahead and fill us in where you left off at.
I don't remember where I left off, so mental health is important. And Ebony, go ahead.
Fair enough.
Thank you, Johnny. Back to you.
That's all.
Thank you, Johnny. No, but before we did record, I was explaining that I grew up aware of mental health or mental wellness because I grew up with a mentally ill brother, and hence we're gonna look up the Zulu bag thing. So, also,
Zulu bag.
and I'm not gonna say my parents ignored me, but it gave me anxiety, and that's what a lot of people don't realize. In a lot of Black families, it's a lot of trauma and anxiety because of how you were raised, and they're raising you that way. You know, it's weird. But Johnny, I can commiserate with you because I have PTSD. No, I wasn't in the army or anything. I was in a really bad relationship for 17 years. I do have I have PTSD. And like Michelle said, the best gift you can give yourself.
I get it.
Oh man, shit! I was the ghetto Tina Turner limo version. No, I'm just joking. I'm just joking. But no, my thing is what I'm saying is like a lot of times we don't even realize that we have stuff like PTSD because we normalize that. We normalize stuff. We normalize watching mama and daddy fight. We normalize mama drunk every day. You know, and you don't realize that it changes the way you think. Right. Therefore, you know, and it mentally fucks you over.
We normalize rape.
So, don't we? And we normalized it for a very long time because I remember before R. Kelly, this stuck out in my head and it made me think like, wait a minute. Do y'all remember Aaron Hall's song, Don't Be Afraid?
Yeah. Yeah, I remember that
You can yell and you can hit me. It just makes me horny.
Wow.
Oh, damn.
Y'all know it from the Juice soundtrack. Go listen.
Yeah, I remember that shit.
And that right there kind of made me pause. Like, wait a minute. If I'm yelling and hitting you, that might mean I don't want you to do what you're doing. So, and then I'm gonna say it again. And we can move on. But you get what I'm saying? It's like, a lot of stuff that's not normal is normalized. Creepy uncles. You know, everything, you know, all this fighting and stuff. Hell, there was just some people down the street. They was arguing their asses off. But we didn't normalize that stuff so much. All we were trying to do was find a damn cat. You see what I'm saying? And you don't even realize it. And that's one of the things that, like in our previous conversations, Kennard, that I was saying, if you don't know what's wrong, you don't know any other way to react but what you see. You get it?
Yeah, I can dig that, you know. But, you know, another thing, and I mean, I guess it's on subject in a way, and it's not to discredit people who genuinely have mental health issues that are actively seeking treatment for it. But what I started to notice what's happening today in this day and age, because everybody's on a come up, everybody's on a hustle, that you have a nice amount of our people that's claiming mental health to get money. You see what I'm saying?
Oh yeah.
Like that's a big issue.
I mean,
you know what I mean? Now you got shit out here. Some of this shit, like I say, I don't know every person in the world, but again, I judge shit off of my perception and my opinion. And some of these people, like a motherfucker say, they kid that went and shot up a whole block of people, and then the parent or whatever get up and say, oh well, he has mental health issues. The fuck out of here. Some of that shit I'm not buying. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, like we say.
The question is, I'm so sorry. And the thing is why? But then again, you also have to look at the complexion of the person who's being labeled as doing some shit like that. Because my thing is this: they can never be as evil as a black kid that go and shoot another black kid. They got to be mentally ill to go shoot them. You get what I'm saying?
But
It's all the same thing.
when you say, I was thinking about the Dylan Roof kid, that little motherfucker. Who went
Which
and
one?
shot up Dylan
That's
Roof,
the one
that's
that
the
shot up the
white kid.
church.
And see, they'll sit up and they'll say, oh well, he was he has mentally ill or some bullshit like that. I'm not fucking buying it. No different than I buy a gangbanger that go out and shoot up a bunch of motherfuckers as frequently as this shit happens. You know what I'm saying?
completely fine with people if they want to go and label them as having a mental illness. I do. This is actually 2 points. One, I don't think that just because you kill somebody, you have a mental illness. But that's separate. That's a separate point. But if they want to label these people as having mental illnesses and all the rest of stuff, I'm perfectly fine with that. My point is, like, just because you have a mental illness, it's not a get out of jail free card. Like, just because I got PTSD, that doesn't allow me somehow some magical way to go get. I get a murder. Hey, you got PTSD, Johnny, so you get one murder. Like, no, motherfucker, no. I'm responsible for my actions the same way that everybody else is. So if you crazy and you chop people up in pieces, motherfucker, you need to go to jail or whatever the hell happened to you.
They'll just put you in a facility. They'll just put you in a jail. They got mental health professionals, but you still going to jail.
And no BS right now. And I mean, like I said, transparency. And right now my brother is in jail and he's on the mental facility. He's on the inpatient part of it because they don't have the mental. For one, he has to be monitored because the medications that he takes can't be out and about. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Is he in county or he's somewhere else?
Your mic off at me.
He in county or he's somewhere else?
Hold on.
Well, okay. Well,
Sorry.
okay. Well, go ahead, Eb. Go ahead.
I'm so no. Yeah, he's in county because he is. Well, the last I heard, he was in county.
Well, let's not put all this information out there. You never know who out there trying to do some bullshit.
Well, y'all have to know his name. And I never said that.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it ain't no motherfuckers walking around named my brother. It might be shit, you never know.
Just go
and the only reason why I asked that, and I'm sorry, only reason why I asked that is because I know for sure, like county, I know for sure like county does have like a separate division, for the mental illness, but a lot of these prisons, they kind of do and they kind of don't. So a lot of people who go to county and go into the mental health, division or whatever, they actually get treatment that they really should have gotten on the outside. Yep. And sometimes when they go off into other places, they may not get like the mental health treatment that they give in county is actually pretty good. But when they get sentenced and go somewhere else, they may not keep that. Like they may get group therapy, but they won't get that specialized treatment. That's the only reason why I asked.
What's the determining factor?
No, it's no harm, The determining factor you asking me and Michelle.
Well, I mean, either or. I mean, go ahead.
The determining factor, what division they go to, or
no, as far as the treatment, the amount of treatment that they get, or what kind of treatment that they get.
Depending on where they go, they just might not have the funding. They might not have the staff. They might not have the programs, the funding.
How many people you kill?
What?
Oh, my brother?
No, I said that's what. That's the determining factor. How many people you kill?
Wow.
If you kill 5 or more, then you good. But 4 or less, I mean, who ain't killed 4 people? Get the fuck out of here.
No, like Ebony said, the determining factor is the funding.
Okay, fair enough. So then arguably you could say places where theoretically places where the taxes are high, like Chicago, there should be funding for that. Now, granted, should be. We can't dictate where the tax dollars go, but we know that the taxes are high.
Well, the taxes itself, yes, but then also look at how many people who, so the county, it's like they're waiting for a trial or whatever, or a lot of them they don't even go to a prison, they go on house arrest or whatever. Look at how many people that are mentally ill that commit what they call less serious crimes. that commit the thefts, the simple assaults, you know what I'm saying? So most of these people going into county, they will be back on the street. So they want to kind of try to help them and give them the resources, you know what I'm saying, to try to help them a little bit when they get back on the street. And I've known quite a few people who were in that situation. So I kind of know how it works a little bit.
And from the flip side, full disclosure, well, not full disclosure, at least they separate them in Illinois, or at least in Chicago. Some things transpired, and I end up having a little vacation in DeKalb County Jail, right?
Okay.
Mind your business.
Okay.
So they don't separate the mentally ill from the like from the people who aren't diagnosed as mentally ill. So you pretty much gotta stand against the wall and make sure you don't make eye contact with certain people, or you know, I don't know, I don't fight no more, so I don't know if I could have maintained. That's all I'm saying.
I hear you.
You know, so it's like,
That's some
you
shit.
know, it's scary as shit too, because it's like I accidentally made eye contact and fucked up. So
Well, you
I
made
mean,
it
it was
out.
crazy. No,
You
it
Wait a
made it
wasn't
minute.
out
like that. It
there.
was just no.
Wait
That's
a
why,
minute.
because it's like I looked at the lady and she was like, "I like your hair." I was
Oh,
like, "Look,
oh, this is about to go down. So wait,
look,
Ebony,
What
somebody
happened?
took your cookies?
hell no, not that. That hell, shit, hell no." I'm
You
sorry,
know, you know what I
you
think,
know,
guys? I think that in the Black community, if we acknowledge that this is real for you, then I may be forced to acknowledge that this is real for me. And I think a lot of
right.
people don't want to turn, I think a lot of people don't want to see that. And I think that's why they reject that in the Black community. If I acknowledge that PTSD is true with Johnny, then I might have to acknowledge the trauma that my family put me through. So
Right.
let's just say this shit ain't real. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
Right.
We
And then
accountability.
we are like professionals at that shit. Like how yeah, we professionals at that. Like all the okay, let's just think of your family or friends or whoever that y'all know, right? Man, now that we grown, we all old enough to know like the family business that we was too young to know at like 15
Yep.
and 20. So now that we like the next generation that's up, we know damn near all the family business. It's a whole bunch of rapes and a whole bunch of ass whoopings that took place in the family.
Oh wait,
And what's that?
anybody who got TikTok, that got TikTok, there's like this little series called "Everybody Describe the Family T." You realize once you got older, and the stories, so many of them are about sexual abuse,
Fucked up.
incest. You know, I'm telling you.
I
And
don't know a lot of people. Well, I guess I haven't asked everybody, but maybe I should say it this way: it's a lot of people that I know as adults that got. I used to think that my family was fucked up, and I used to say, I wonder how real families do it. Now I realize, no, I think everybody just as fucked up as my family is. I'm pretty sure about that.
oh
You know
yeah,
what? While we talking about sexual assault, I mean, we might have to do a series on this, Kennard, because we don't address how little Black boys are molested. We don't how the mama's best friend molest the kids, or the female babysitter, and take these little boys' virginity and their innocence. And we
and that's a
talk
badge of
about,
honor for them.
oh my God. But you know what? When they're kids, right? Because you don't know, right? But we need to really address, and we need to hold these women accountable.
Straight
We need
up.
to have these conversations that women and older girls, they sexually assault these boys too. And then, as Black women, we want to say, this is wrong with the Black man, this is wrong with Black men. But look at the trauma that you guys have been through too. But that's a whole nother issue. But I just want to throw that out there while we're talking about sexual assault. How many boys in the family have been molested by a female,
And this
Or
is not
by
excusing, and this is
by
not
male.
excusing R. Kelly. This is not excusing R. Kelly, but from my understanding, is part of one of his issues is his sister, his older sister that used to have to keep him when his mom was at work, was sexually assaulting him.
Right. Exactly.
You know, So I mean, there you go, right there. That's one instance. I know personally some people that have had that, the same thing happen.
That
Young men.
shit. Yeah, that.
addressing addressing certain things in the Black community that people have to go to therapy for, see a psychiatrist for, that's gonna pull the rug up. And that's what everybody is afraid of. Because once you pull that rug and you see that dirt that they swept out of the rug, you see what I'm saying?
Right.
That's one of the main reasons why everything is so hush hush in the Black community. It's not that something is wrong with you because you have depression. It's not that something is wrong with you because you've been traumatized. It's not. It's that we'll be forced to pull that rug and everybody's dirt will be exposed. But
Exactly.
and I don't know how much time we have, so I just want to make this point really quickly. I just want to say, for people who feel like you may need some type of help or assistance, don't be afraid. Do what's best for you and fuck what everybody else got to think. Fuck what your mama gonna say, your parent, your boyfriend, whatever. Do what's best for you. And if you are a person that somebody comes to you and they tell you, just listen to them and just be supportive. Be supportive of them taking that step. And then also, Kennard, I'll
Because
try
that
to share with you some resources. But I do want to say everybody, because a lot of things people say we don't have the money to go to therapy, we don't have the resources to go to therapy. If you work a job, especially a corporate job, ask your human resources, what is the number to the employee assistance program?
Right.
and
Because
it's
employee
free.
assistance program will get you at least 3 sessions of therapy. And baby, my therapist helped me with that. I was getting 3 sessions per incident. So ask your human resources, start with that. You got a corporate job, you work at Walmart, Chicago Park District Public Schools. A lot of these jobs ask for the employee assistance program. They don't got to know what you're calling for. Call that number and talk to somebody and then take it from there. And that is free.
Okay.
It is free, and every job, most jobs have it, and it is like my job offered it, and it was 8 sessions, and that wasn't just for me; it was for my children or whoever was in my household.
Mm-hmm.
So I
And
mean,
a lot of times you
there
get
are
those sessions
resources.
per incident. So
Yeah.
I was calling, my teenage daughter is out of control. 3 sessions. My husband's cheating on me. 3 sessions. I got to get a divorce. 3 sessions. My workload is too much. 3 sessions. My boss left. 3 sessions. I got free therapy for years. You know what I'm saying?
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
But tap into those resources.
But see that knowledge is power. Like I said, we live in the information age, and a lot of knowledge that y'all shared today. Like I said, I didn't even know that stuff was out there and accessible, and so accessible to so many of us. You know what I mean? And like I say, and that's just a few examples. I'm pretty sure that if you decided to go online and look up, places that do mental health, connected with a job or connected with some other institute, that you'll be able to get that. It's even like with high school, they had guidance counselors in high school. So there's always something available there. If you seek, you'll find. You see what I'm saying? So there's
That's
really
true.
no excuse for anybody who feels as though they need some assistance that they can't go and get it. And that's just the tip of the iceberg as far as mental health, but a long line of other things. That if you need the help, it's out there for you if you want to go get it. Yeah, it's a real issue. It's a real issue. And, a lot of us have dealt with it or try not to deal with it. And but we do need to bring that to the forefront. We need to be real about it. We need to get shit, get with professional people, like y'all say, and get everything in order. You know what I mean? And we coming down to the last 9 minutes, So, Johnny.
Yes, sir.
Any advice that you have for anybody who might be any Black person who might be dealing with mental health?
Everything that all y'all said already, especially when it comes to like, what did Michelle just say? Goddamn. I don't remember exactly what she said, but essentially the takeaway was you got to be real with yourself. Like you got to make a determination am I serious about getting well, or am I serious about looking like I'm okay? Because you can look, let me tell you something. The majority of time that you're looking at me, if I'm not on my medication, like people who got mental health issues, the majority of the time you're looking at them, it's a fucking act. I am acting the way I would expect myself to act in this situation. I don't feel like that. I don't feel like fucking laughing. I don't feel like whatever. So you're watching somebody act. That's how you can have what's his name? Robert the comedian, I can't think his name. That's Robin Williams. That's how you can have Robin Williams laughing ha 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 one day, and then at night he go home and kill himself because you're fucking acting. You know what I'm saying? Once you get real with yourself, you're like, look, goddammit, I need to fix this. I'm sick of fucking acting. I'm sick of fuck people, fuck everybody else. The world don't exist. I'm sick of acting in the mirror. I'm sick of acting for me. This is not how I fucking feel. You know what I'm saying? That's important. And then once you actually get into the whatever program you get, therapy or whatever, however your psychology team, whatever they see fit for you. Once you get into that program, therapy is fucking work. If you think that therapy is like television where you go once or twice and they're like, oh, by the way, that's not therapy, is fucking work. Therapy is literally confronting some shit you don't want to talk about. And there's nothing fun like about fucking therapy. At least, well, how about this? I'll speak for my fucking self. There's nothing fun about fucking therapy. Like sometimes I regret going to that motherfucker's room. Like, man, I don't want to talk about the shit you're about to make me talk about. I don't want to go back to that dark place. I don't want to have to revisit that. But that's the nature of therapy. And if you're doing it correctly, you're going to have to do that so you can overcome it. That's it.
Right on. Man, Ebony.
Man, I don't know where to start. But for somebody who, for somebody who has experienced mental illness personally, interpersonally, familiarly, people need to know that you are not alone. It's not just you. It does not mean you're weak. It does not mean that you are, it's not a stigma. But, like Johnny said, you so used to pretending and acting like people, how you think people think you should act. You don't, it's a thin line between you don't know who you are. And that's it's sad. Avoidance is not healthy.
Right.
Like I said, I could go on and on, but I also want to point out something really quickly. If you ever notice when something happens at one of these upper class schools where there's a tragedy with a teen, they rush health counselors out there to them.
Yep.
Every day, one of these kids in this city has lost one of their friends, and they got to go to school the next day like ain't nothing happened.
Yep.
That right there grinds
not
my
even addressed.
gears.
Not
even addressed. But again, like they said, like our mental health is evil. We have problems. We're evil. But somebody else in a different zip code or tax bracket, they go do the same thing. They have mental illness. We got to learn how to be our own advocates for ourselves, because until we got to change the narrative on black mental health. We have to, or we're going to be stuck where we are forever.
Right on. Michelle.
So I just want to say it's nothing wrong with having a mental illness, but as an adult, it is something wrong with not addressing it. And because you can't go out into the world and society and just do certain things, like a friend said, in the Black community, we have the habit of putting cool labels on things. So we'll say, I have a short fuse, or I tell it like it is. No, you might have bipolar disorder. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's nothing wrong with having a mental illness, but it is our responsibility to ourselves, to our loved ones, and to everyone around us to be the best version of us that we can. And if you know you got something going on, like I said, talk to a professional. As far as therapy, goes, no, the therapist, people think like, oh, the therapist can't tell you what therapy does. Therapy makes you face you, like Johnny said. And then also, one thing, it helps you understand why you do certain things. If you're a person, you always get into toxic relationships. Okay, let's address what you're missing or what is going on with you where you feel like you have to latch on to a certain type of person. So, I mean, it is light at the end of the tunnel. You know, if you feel like you got something going on, don't be afraid. Seek help. And I promise you, you're gonna thank yourself. You're really gonna thank yourself when you take control of your mental health.
Absolutely.
Indeed. Hey, I guess what I say in closing is that again, this episode taught me a lot, and in all honesty, I was in disbelief to a certain degree, just judging from what I see on the television. And you know, when doing the television, you know, they take that with a grain of salt, and but it's really a real thing, and it's something that need to be taken seriously. That I will, from this point forward, take seriously, and I hope more of our people take serious as well. And those of us that feel as though we do need some help, then go and seek that help. The help is out there for you. It's all at your fingertips. You know, you ain't gotta go and pound the pavement. You can sit there at the convenience of your own home. Everybody got a cell phone. You can go online and research and find people, qualified people who will assist you, that will get you better, that will give you a better quality of life. That's real shit. This is the Uncommon Sense Show, and I'm glad we had this conversation. We're gonna come back at y'all next week with an even better topic and all that good shit. And it was good to have y'all. Thank you, Johnny. Thank you, Michelle. Thank you, Ebony. Also, on the side note, while we got these last 2 minutes, I did make the post about the Zulu bag. And now, wait. Check this out. I got 2 comments. One of them say, no, what is it? And the other one says no. So don't nobody know what a Zulu bag is.
Just wait. I'm telling you, it's a real thing.
Okay, I'm gonna leave it up there.
It's
I
a
don't even know
hood
what
thing.
to tell
It's
them.
a hood thing.
Well, look it up on Urban Dictionary, and then we'll talk
I'm
about
gonna
it
look it
next
up
time.
too.
Don't nobody know.
Find the definition. Find a definition, Ebony, other than what you said. Find us some
I
proof
got
and
you. I
educate
got
us.
you.
What is it, Ebony?
I got
What
you.
is it? What is it? What it
See,
said is
if you
Cheeto.
know, you know. No, it's that's what we used to call it. What was it, Zulu bag? Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's Zulu bag. And it's
Ebony is
potato
high
chips,
right now. Why y'all
popcorn.
listening to
She
her?
high as shit.
She high as fuck. Why
Ebony,
y'all
wait,
listening to
what your
her?
mama be saying?
Wait, hold on, wait, look, because y'all got to see this. Don't laugh at me.
You high as hell. You're talking about the damn
Just
Zulu
high and
bag.
stupid. No, but seriously, it's potato chips, popcorn, like the little cheesy, little hot treat, the crunchy curls, everything mixed up in one bag. It's called a Zulu bag.
You sat there and imagined the whole snack. She just made up a whole snack.
Hold
No,
on, because I can't hold my
I
eyes.
seen that done.
I can't even
I
hold
didn't know they had a
I
name
can't
for
hold
that
my
shit.
eyes open. Shit, y'all got me here trying to buck my eyes and stuff.
I'm
Fuck
gonna leave
y'all.
it
I'm
up there.
telling y'all. Look, I'm
gonna
telling
leave it up there
you,
just to
it's a
see
real
what people
thing.
say.
Is when you crush. Is when you crush up a candy cigarette and put it on top of a annihilator and put that inside of a Charleston Chew.
No, now that was a look. That was a Charlie Baltimore. No, I'm just joking.
The damn Zulu bag. That's some new shit. I gotta use that.
Okay.
One. I'm gonna leave it up there.
I'm gonna put it on my page too. I'm gonna put it on my page too. And
Okay,
anybody
tag me in
comment,
it.
I'm gonna screenshot.